Some people don't cry for help because they've learned no one can hear them. So they stay quiet, smiling, functioning, surviving, while slowly disappearing inside. It's not loud. It's not obvious. It's waking up every day, feeling nothing, and calling it fine. There is a war some people fight that no one can see. No scars, no bandages, no alarms, just a quiet battle inside the mind. Anxiety doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers, what if everything goes wrong? What if you're not enough? What if you lose everything you love? And before you even realize it, your heart is racing, your thoughts are spiraling, and peace feels like something other people have, but not you. So today, we start from scratch. What is depression? Depression is not just sadness. Sadness comes, and it goes. It visits, and eventually leaves. But depression stays. It settles into your mind like a heavy fog, slowly blurring everything that once felt clear, until you can no longer recognize the person you used to be. It is a deep, persistent feeling of emptiness. Not the kind of emptiness you can explain, but the kind you feel. A quiet hollowness inside your chest, like something is missing, but you don't even know what it is anymore. You try to fill it with distractions, with people, with noise, but nothing stays long enough to make you feel whole again. It is where joy disappears, not because life stopped giving you reasons to be happy, but because your mind stopped allowing you to feel it. You smile, but it feels forced. You laugh, but it feels distant. Moments that should excite you feel flat. Moments that should matter feel meaningless. It's like watching your own life from the outside, unable to truly feel it from within. Motivation fades. Things that once felt simple, getting out of bed, replying messages, taking care of yourself, start to feel like climbing a mountain with no strength. And people don't always understand that. They say, just try harder. Just be positive. But they don't see the weight you're carrying. Just to exist, even the simplest tasks feel overwhelming. Not because you're lazy, not because you don't care, but because your mind is exhausted. Exhausted from overthinking. Exhausted from fighting silent battles. Exhausted from pretending you're okay when you're not. It's waking up tired, even after sleeping, because sleep doesn't always bring rest. Your body may pause, but your mind keeps running. Thoughts, worries, emptiness. They don't switch off. So you wake up, not refreshed, but drained before the day even begins. It's losing interest in things you once loved. Music doesn't sound the same. Your favorite places feel unfamiliar. Your passions feel like chores. And that's one of the most painful parts. Because it's not just that you're hurting. It's that the things that used to heal you no longer do. It's feeling like you're existing, but not truly living. You go through the motions. You show up. You respond. You function. But inside, you feel disconnected. Like life is happening. But you're not really part of it. Depression doesn't just affect your mood. It affects your energy, draining you slowly, until even thinking feels like too much. It affects your thoughts, turning your own mind into a place that questions your worth, your purpose, your value, and the most dangerous part, it starts to sound like truth. It affects how you see yourself. You begin to doubt who you are. You begin to believe you're not enough. You begin to feel like a burden. Even when you are loved, even when you matter, depression can make you feel invisible. And sometimes, you don't even have the words to explain it. So, you stay silent. You say, "I'm fine." You hide behind a smile. You carry the weight alone. But listen carefully. Depression lies. It tells you that this feeling will last forever. It tells you that you are stuck. It tells you that nothing will change. But that is not the truth. Because even in your lowest moment, even when you feel empty, lost, disconnected, there is still a part of you, quiet but present, that wants to feel again, that wants to heal, that wants to live. And that part of you, that small, quiet part, is where your healing begins. What is anxiety? Anxiety is not just fear of what is real. It is the mind's fear of what might be stealing your peace and what already is. Anxiety is more than just worry. It is a quiet storm that begins in the mind, but quickly spreads through the body, emotions, and every part of your daily life. It doesn't always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it builds slowly, until one day you realize peace no longer feels natural. It is a persistent feeling of fear, unease, or tension that shows up even when there is no immediate danger. You may be sitting in a safe place, surrounded by people, with nothing visibly wrong. Yet inside, something feels off. A constant sense that something is about to happen. Even when you cannot explain what that something is, it is your mind constantly running ahead, not staying in the present, but jumping into the future, imagining conversations that haven't happened, preparing for outcomes that are not certain, replaying situations over and over, trying to control every possible result. It's like your thoughts refuse to rest. Always searching, always questioning, always predicting. And in that process, your mind begins to overestimate danger and underestimate your ability to handle it. So even small things start to feel big. Even simple decisions start to feel heavy. Even normal situations start to feel risky. Anxiety often feels like a racing heart that won't slow down, as if your body is responding to a threat you cannot see. A tightness in your chest, like something is pressing down on you from the inside. Restless thoughts that won't stop, looping endlessly, refusing to settle. And that sudden wave of dread, that appears without warning, changing your mood in an instant. It can make ordinary moments feel overwhelming. Answering a message becomes a task. Making a decision becomes pressure. Being around people can feel draining. Even resting doesn't always bring relief, because the mind is still active, still alert, still searching for something to worry about. At its core, anxiety is the body's natural alarm system becoming overactive. An alarm is meant to protect you. It is designed to alert you when real danger is present. But with anxiety, that alarm starts going off too often. Not just in danger, but in safe moments too. So your body reacts as if you are under threat. Even when everything around you is calm, anxiety doesn't just affect your thoughts. It affects your body. It can leave you feeling tired, even when you haven't done much physically. It can create tension in your muscles, headaches, or restlessness. It affects your emotions, making you feel overwhelmed, uneasy, or on edge. Sometimes it brings irritability or sudden emotional shifts. And it affects your behavior. You may begin to avoid situations, withdraw from people, delay decisions, or over-prepare just to feel a sense of control. And sometimes, anxiety is not about what is happening now, but about what might happen in the future. That what if voice becomes constant. What if something goes wrong? What if I fail? What if I'm not ready? What if I can't handle it? These thoughts can grow louder and louder until they overshadow the present moment completely. And in doing so, anxiety pulls you out of the now and keeps you trapped in a future that hasn't even arrived. What is stress? Stress is not just what life throws at you. It's the quiet storm inside that makes surviving feel like an endless struggle. Stress is more than just feeling busy or overwhelmed. It is the invisible weight that sits on your shoulders, pressing down slowly, quietly, relentlessly. Even when everyone around you thinks life is fine. It is the constant tension in your muscles, the tightness in your chest, the shallow breath you didn't notice until it became heavy. It is the pressure that never seems to lift. Deadlines stacking up, responsibilities multiplying. Expectations your own and others looming over you like dark clouds. And no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you push, it feels like you're always one step behind. Stress clouds your mind. It makes small decisions feel impossible. It turns ordinary moments into mountains. It steals your focus, your calm, your sense of peace. And sometimes, it's quiet. So quiet that you don't even notice it slowly draining your energy, sapping your joy, and making life feel heavier than it should. The roots of depression, anxiety, and stress. Before we can heal, we must understand why we hurt. Because knowing the roots of pain is the first step to finding freedom. Depression is rarely caused by one single event. It grows quietly often without anyone noticing. Until one day it feels like it owns your life. It feeds on unresolved trauma, the pain you buried but never faced. It grows in loneliness, in moments when you feel unseen, unheard, or disconnected. It thrives in chronic stress, in the endless pressure to keep going when your body and mind are tired. It whispers through negative self-beliefs, "I'm not enough. I don't deserve joy," until you start to believe it. And it lingers when you suppress emotions, refusing to cry, grieve, or feel fully, letting pain accumulate silently. Depression is a thief. It steals your energy, your joy, and your sense of purpose, leaving emptiness where life once felt alive. Anxiety is the mind preparing for storms, even when the skies are clear. It grows in overthinking and endless loops of what if and why me. It thrives under high expectations, when you feel like nothing you do is ever enough. It is born from past trauma, the memories that taught your mind to be hyper-alert. It feeds on uncertainty, making the unknown feel like danger. It thrives in perfectionism, where mistakes feel catastrophic and success feels out of reach. Anxiety turns ordinary moments into battlegrounds. Your mind becomes a prison of fear, your body a warning system in overdrive, and peace feels impossible. Stress is the invisible weight you carry, the pressure of life pressing down on your mind and body. It grows when responsibilities pile up, leaving you feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. It thrives under expectations, your own and others, that make you feel like failure is not an option. It arises during life changes, the moments when everything you know shifts and you feel unprepared. It feeds on unresolved emotions, anger, grief, or guilt left to fester. It grows when you are alone, facing challenges without support or rest. Stress doesn't yell. It whispers. It tightens your chest. It clouds your mind. It makes even simple moments feel heavy. The truth is, depression, anxiety, and stress are not signs that you are weak. They are signs that you are human. They are signals, messengers from your mind and body that something inside you needs attention, care, and understanding. Healing begins when you face the pain, when you name it, when you give yourself permission to feel, and slowly, step by step, reclaim your peace. Understanding why you hurt is the first step to freedom, because you cannot heal what you do not see. How to overcome and heal. But here is the truth: you are not broken. You are human, and humans have an extraordinary capacity to heal slowly, carefully, one step at a time. Healing doesn't happen in a day. It doesn't happen in grand gestures. It begins quietly, inside you, in the moments when you decide to face yourself honestly. 1. Acknowledge your feelings. Stop pretending you're okay when you are not. Stop hiding behind smiles, polite words, or empty routines. Say it out loud to yourself. I'm hurting. I'm struggling. And that's okay. Depression, anxiety, and stress feed on silence. They grow stronger when you bury your pain. But the moment you see it, the moment you name it, you take the first step toward reclaiming your life. 2. Challenge harmful thoughts. Not every thought is truth. Your mind can lie to you quietly, persuasively. Whispering, "You're not enough. You can't handle this. Nothing will change." Pause. Ask yourself, is this a fact? Or just fear? You have the power to challenge these lies, to reclaim your mind from the darkness it sometimes creates. Every time you refuse to believe the lies, you plant a seed of hope. 3. Take care of your body. Your body is the home of your mind. If it is exhausted, hungry, restless, or neglected, your mind cannot heal. Sleep, eat, move, even small acts, a slow walk in the sun, a deep breath, a proper night's rest are revolutionary steps toward recovery. Your body and mind are connected. Caring for one nurtures the other. 4. Seek support. Speak up. You were never meant to carry everything alone. Pain multiplies in silence. Hope grows when it is shared. Talk to a friend, a family member, or a professional. Share what's weighing you down. Even if words fail, the act of opening up weakens the power of your suffering. You don't have to be strong alone. Strength grows when it is shared. 5. Rest and self-compassion. You are not a machine. You are not meant to run at full speed every day. Rest is not laziness. It is a shield for your mind, a balm for your soul. Be gentle with yourself on days you feel weak, overwhelmed, or invisible. Forgive yourself for not being perfect. Love yourself enough to pause, breathe, and care for the heart that carries you through every struggle. 6. Take one step at a time. Healing is not a straight line. Some days you will feel strong, triumphant even. Other days, it may feel like starting over. And that is okay. Progress is progress, no matter how small. One breath, one decision, one moment at a time. This is how you reclaim your life. One day, these small steps will carry you further than you ever imagined. And always remember that you are not your pain. You are the courage that survives it. Step by step, moment by moment. You can heal and you can rise again.